The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. On play action, they'll throw. Going up top. That is incomplete. When you look at this defense, well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now the first carry here for their running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
2nd down and 6 now. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the opening drive of the game yields 3. Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick, stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one too.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Back to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
And
a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the
little
thing. I
bit.
love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
2nd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. They'll look to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. As we check out the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he's right up there among the best in the NFL at this point in the season.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But you look at this defense.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over first and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Six-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6.
As they've got it as we resume action. 2nd and 6.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
And his kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 7.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's the 2nd and 7. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Now the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw here.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Back to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw. this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. So that drive spans 13 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3, but I'm not sure that that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman. And halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Now the first carry here for their running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays, didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Right back to him on first down. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45.
96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
2nd and 6.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 33 and a first. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, there's where everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 9 now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
He's to the 15.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. 82 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know. Just get it.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's to the 15.
Touchdown! A big play there. 73 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
To the 43, 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw is incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, Sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's brought down. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And that is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Slot man moves right. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
3rd and 4.
They'll set up to throw.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This is 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for our visitors, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.